Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley, I'm your real estate COO. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about why it's important for you to be an area specialist. So let's get into it. So you've joined a real estate company, you've been through your 1 week, 1.5 week introduction to training, which I hope you have. All good companies will give you a training platform, first of all, to start with before they release you onto the sales floor. So during that training, in most cases, the company will give you your area. For example, we normally wait 3 or 4 days before we give our new brokers, their dedicated area. So you're probably going to ask how this is decided. It's a bit of a mixture of all sorts of things, really. It's a mixture of, where we need brokers. So we might have areas that we've just gone into where we need to place more people. We may have existing teams that we're looking to fill some gaps. There might be, an uptrend in activity. We need more brokers to cover the market share. Or we might just base it on your experience or your personality. So there's a whole kind of multitude of things that will help us decide on where a broker is going to be placed. But in most cases, we always make sure that the broker that we place in a certain community will kind of get along with the team for one, but also will be the right fit for the demographic of client that's going to be renting or buying there. So that's pretty much what we normally do. So normally after 2 or 3 days, we'll give you your area. We then normally set the brokers a task. So the task in their first week is to learn everything or learn as much as they possibly can about their community or about their area. We then get them to do an area presentation at the end of the week. And normally that's with myself, that might be with a couple of brokers, and also the CEO of our company. And this is really not just to kind of frighten the hell out of you, but it also not just that, but it will help you learn and understand the community that you're about to step into. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is key. So the more knowledge you have, the better you're going to be at the job. So this is what we normally do. Once you've been given your area, you really want to focus only and solely on this location. What some brokers tend to do and what some companies allow brokers to do is they allow them to do the whole of Dubai. Okay, so they do the whole of Dubai, they do downtown, they do Dubai Marina, they do Palm Jumeirah, they do Dubai Hills. You can't possibly learn everything there is to know about these communities. You're not going to be a specialist. You're not going to be useful to anybody. So my advice would be, once you're given your community, stick to that community, learn everything there is to know about it. So let's say you're doing a villa community, for example. In most villa communities in Dubai, there are normally 4 or 5 different types of villas, and they're all the same. So let's say, for example, in Emirates Living, which is an area in Dubai, within Emirates Living, you've got a community called The Springs. The Springs has around about 5,000 villas, and there's different types of villas in this community. So for example, a type 4E is a 2-bed. Okay, so 2-bed, and the E stands for end unit. And they're about 1,700 square foot or something like this. But it's your job to know this. So when somebody calls you up and says, I'm looking for a type 4, you're like, oh, fantastic, you're looking for a 2-bed. Okay, so you're going to know this. So you're a community specialist. Somebody who's covering the whole of Dubai won't possibly know this. Okay, so what we always say, jack of all trades, master of none. And you don't want to be one of those people. By being a community specialist, you get to know your community, but people also get to know you. So other things that you can do to make sure people know you, look on the community Facebook page. Most communities in Dubai have a community Facebook page where tenants, landlords, they post on there. They're asking questions about real estate, asking about tenancy agreements, about renewals. My landlord's looking to put my rent up by X amount. Is this legal? You can be that go-to person. So if you're starting to answer those questions in this community Facebook group, you're adding value. Before you know it, you're going to get people tagging you in Facebook-related questions to do with real estate. This is how you start to get leads. This is how you get referrals. I had a broker one time that worked for me. Her name was Jo. She covered a community called Damac Hills. She also lived in Damac Hills as well. Most of her leads and most of her transactions came from her Facebook, came from the community itself. So every single post that was posted on Facebook about Damac Hills, it could be asking about, does anyone have an iron I can buy? Jo would like it. Jo would comment on it. Anything to do with the community, she would comment and she would like. So every single post in Damac Hills had Jo. She would then start answering real estate related questions. And what she found is that a lot of people started tagging her into anything to do with real estate. And this is how she built her network. This is how she got her leads, quality leads, because referrals mean business. People only refer if you've done a good job. So the fact that she'd done a good job in the community that she worked in, and she only did Damac Hills, she got a really good name for herself. And this is how she went on to become successful in her community. Anything that she got outside of her community, let's say Arabian Ranches, she was not interested. She would pass it on to the Arabian Ranches team for them to deal with. The trap that most brokers get into when they first start real estate is they want to take everything on. Okay, they want to take everything on in every single different location because it's a listing and they think they can make money. What they find is they spend all day running around Dubai like a madman, but not getting anywhere. Okay, so keep it simple, keep it community focused. Okay, especially if you're starting in leasing, which we talked about in my last video. If you haven't read it or listened to it, go back and listen to it. Okay, we talk about where you should start, sales or leasing. So if you're starting in leasing, which I recommend that you do, start in leasing, you're going to do your leasing transactions in this community. But then when you go to sales, like we discussed in my last video, your landlords become your sellers, tenants become your buyers. It's a nice transitional kind of period for you. So all the work that you're doing now is going to keep you going for your future. Okay, so that's why it's super, super important to also become community specialists as well. And also what you're going to find in time, you're going to rinse and repeat. You're going to sell the same properties over and over again. You're going to rent the same properties year on year upon year. So it's all tied into each other. So it's definitely beneficial to be an area specialist, focus on one community, don't digress, don't be taking on stuff everywhere. Because what you'll find is that you won't be efficient. You won't do much more deals. You'll find that you'll waste time doing viewings on one property in a random location, and then you've got nothing else to show them. What's the point of having a community that you focus on but taking on a random property in a community that you don't cover where you've only got one property to show? Okay, when you're doing viewings with clients, you want at least 3, 4, 5 different options that you can show this client, because then they're going to probably pick one. They're probably going to offer on one of those properties. If you're going out and you're showing just one property, the likelihood is they're going to want to see more. So if you don't have them to offer, you've lost that potential deal. So being a community specialist, you're going to have options in that community. You're going to become useful to your clients. Okay, so remember this, because you're going to find that you'll have multitude of options for 1 beds, 2 beds, 3 beds, 4 beds. They might be listed online. They might be pocket listings that you have in your pocket. They're not on the market yet, which you can offer your clients. So you're useful to them. It's all very important. You're going to get a better return that way, and you're going to close more deals. So remember, be a community specialist. Focus on your own community. Don't digress. Don't take on listings here, there, and everywhere. Keep homed in. It will pay you back. You'll do more deals and you'll make more money. And this is what we're here for. All right. So hopefully this has been beneficial to you. If you like this video, please pop me a like and subscribe so you can keep up to date with upcoming videos that I'm going to be posting. All right. Have a good day. Take care.